Students, everything we see around is made up of matter, and matter is made up of tiny particles called atom. And now, as we have understood that atom is divisible and atoms has proton, neutron in the nucleus and electron revolves outside the nucleus in an orbit. So, the structure of an atom has proton, neutrons and electrons. So, since proton and neutrons resides in the nucleus, how do the electron rotate or revolve around the nucleus? So, the electrons distribution in an atom is scheduled in different orbits. That is, it has 4 energy shells, which is called as K, L, M and N shell. So in today's lecture video, we will be studying about how is the distribution done in the electron, in the atom, structure of an atom of electron, and this was explained by Niels Bohr. So generally, we say this was given by Niels Bohr and another scientist called as Bury. So Bohr-Bury gave a different type of a theory in which they explained the distribution of electrons in the orbit. So according to Bohr and Bury, Bohr and Bury, they gave the distribution of electrons into a different orbit, and they suggested that the following rules are followed in the distribution of electrons. So because electrons in different energy shells are different numbers of electrons which are found in different energy shells. So the first was the maximum number of electrons present in a shell is given by the number which we call as a formula 2n square. So the maximum number of an electron in an orbit or energy shell, in an orbit or in an energy shell is given by a general formula, by formula 2n square. So this 2n square means that n is the number of energy level, where n equals to number of energy level. Okay, so it may be 1, it may be 2, it may be 3. So the maximum number of electrons in different shell are as follows. Like for the first orbit, which is K shell, it will be 2, because 2 is the standard here. So 2 into, like when n is 1, so 1, and it will be square also of this one. So the number of electrons in the first shell will be only 2. So the second orbit, which is the L shell, it has 2 into, second shell will have 2, because number of this n is the number of energy levels. The second, that means it is 8. And then the third shell, third orbit or energy shell or energy level, which is M shell. So it will be 2 into 3 square, which is 18. So the maximum number of electron will be 18 in the third shell, which is M shell, and the fourth shell or the fourth orbit, or N shell will have 2 into 4 square, which is 32 maximum electrons, and so on. Okay, so now the maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in the outermost orbit is 8. So the maximum number of electron in the outermost orbit should be 8. Like every if the orbit is, they are not able to have 18, so they would like to have minimum 8 electrons, and the electrons are not accommodated in a given shell unless the inner shells are completely filled. That is, the shell are to be filled stepwise manner. For example, if we take an example of hydrogen here, so for hydrogen has atomic number. Hydrogen is the element, like hydrogen. For this chapter you have to learn the element symbol. So hydrogen has symbol H, and the atomic number of hydrogen is 1. Okay, so symbol here, symbol for hydrogen, and this is the atomic number. Atomic number we have discussed, we've been discussing so far from the previous lectures, and the last lecture video also explained you about the atomic number, atomic mass. I hope you remember that. So now hydrogen is having symbol H and only 1 electron. So the structure of hydrogen would be like, say it is a nucleus, and here is the first shell, which is only the first shell. That means hydrogen will have only K shell with only 1 electron. So here is the 1 electron. So this is the electronic structure of hydrogen, which is having only K shell. So you don't need to write K shell here, and it is hydrogen. All right. Now for next example, like we take lithium. Now the structure for the formula for lithium is Li, and it has the atomic number 3. Okay, so I have skipped helium. I will tell you about helium also. So this is the nucleus, and lithium has 2 electrons in the first shell. So here are 2 electrons, that is K shell, and then 1 more electron will be accommodated. So it will have 1 more shell, which will be L shell. Now the filling of first shell will be done first, and when the first shell will fill completely, like in the first shell there are only maximum number of 2 electrons, and when the 2 electrons are completely filled, then only the electrons will be filled in the next shell. And if the number of electrons are less, like it has only 3 electron in total, so there will be no other shells in this atom. So there will be only 2 shells because it has only 3 electrons. So this, if it donates 1 electron and it forms ion, so this shell will be removed. So now next example, like we missed helium. So now helium will be like this, and symbol is He, atomic number 2. So atomic number means number of proton, and the number of proton in an atom, the atom has proton equals to electrons. So like 2 protons here, so it will be having 2 electrons, but neutron can be different. 2 atomic number, that means it has 2 electrons. So this is a nucleus, and this is the first shell, which is K shell, and it has 2 electrons. So the duplet is complete for the helium. All right. So next example will be beryllium. You have to learn all the elements name and their symbols and the atomic number. Beryllium, symbol Be, and atomic number 4. So it has nucleus here, and first shell 2 electrons, okay, and 1 more shell, which is L shell with 2 electrons. So it has only 2 electrons. That is why it will donate its 2 electron. So metal generally donate their electron to complete their octet or duplet structure, or they donate the electron so that they can have a structure of their nearest noble gas. Like helium is a noble gas because it has 2 electrons in its outermost shell and its duplet is complete, so it do not need any electron to donate or to give any electron or to take to become stable. Since it is stable by its own, that is why helium is called as a noble gas. So after this, we'll take some more examples, and this explanation was given by Bose and Bury. So another example will be for boron. Boron, symbol is B, atomic number is 5, and configuration is nucleus here, small nucleus, and first shell, 2 electrons here, K shell, and then second electron here will be 1, 2 and 3 electrons, L shell. So these are the electrons. Okay. So next we take example carbon. Carbon, symbol C, number atomic number 6. So that means 6 electron and 6 proton. And here is the nucleus, first shell, second shell, and first shell has 2 electrons. Second shell has 4 electrons. Okay, so K shell here and L shell here. So carbon has 4 electrons. Okay, so this is in your NCERT book as well, so you can study that. I will not tell you all the examples, or if I'll keep on explaining, it will take a long time, but I think I should do it. Before it, I should explain you the arrangement, because I have done it already, but I once again want to tell you, like this is a nucleus, so it has positive charge, that means proton here and neutron here, and then the energy shells. First is K shell, okay, with 2 electrons. Then its second shell, this was the energy level or electron shells in an atom, or it is a structure of an atom. Then K shell, and then it is L shell. Okay, so it is having maximum 2 electrons. Then next shell is L shell, 8 maximum, and then the other is M shell, maximum number 18 electrons. And then the final, I am not able to draw properly, okay, N shell, 32. Here you have to draw a proper circle. Here these are the electron shells or energy shells or energy shells. Okay, so these numbers are, and these rings are the orbits or orbits, and this is the first energy shell, this is the second energy shell, third energy shell, and fourth energy shell, and these are the number of electrons. So these are the electrons, maximum number of electrons. This is the structure of an atom. Though it is not very proper, it has to be circle. Okay, so the outermost shell has the highest energy level, and the first shell has the lowest energy level. Okay, so outermost shell in an atom is also called as a valence shell. So here this is the valence shell, like it has only K and L. So now let's take an example of sodium. Sodium. Okay, so sodium has symbol Na, and it has atomic number 11. Alright, so according to this, now this is a nucleus, this is a first shell, it is a K shell, then second shell, okay, L shell. So 2 electrons in the first shell, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 electrons in the second shell. So the configuration would be 2, 8 and 1. So how I did this? Because we know that it has to be K, L, M and N shell. So writing the electron in this manner is called as electronic configuration. Electronic configuration. Okay, so if in the exams the question comes, write the electronic configuration of any element. So this is the thing we have to do. Like for sodium, it has to be like K has maximum 2, L has maximum 2. So when 2 and 8 are filled, so now 11, so 1 is left, it will be 1. So that means only one electron is there in the outermost shell of the sodium. So there has to be one more shell here. This is the electronic configuration and this is a structure, atomic structure. So only one electron in the M shell. So now it has only one electron. This is a structure. So we can also see that in this sodium metal or sodium atom, the outermost shell or the valence shell is M shell. And here for the carbon, the valence shell is L. So the valence shell is outermost shell. Valence shell means outermost shell. Now from this a term comes called as valency. So the valency is the combining capacity of an atom of any element. So valency is just the combining capacity. That means in any atom, the number of electrons in the valence shell, like for the metals which has 1, 2 or 3 elements, electrons in their valence shell can be called as valency, because with the valency they react with the other atom or they combine with the other atom. Like sodium will combine with one element, it's electron. Okay, so the sodium will combine with one electron to the another atom. Okay, so it is the valency of sodium is 1. So for carbon, the valency of carbon is 4, though it is having 4 electrons in its outermost shell and it combines with all the 4 electrons. But there are some examples like chlorine. Chlorine has the symbol called Cl. And we have discussed the symbols of the elements, and I have asked you to learn the symbols of the element from 1 to 20. Atomic number from 1 till 20. You have to learn the symbols, you have to learn the atomic number of protons, number of neutrons, and the electronic configuration also. So chlorine has a symbol Cl and it has atomic number 17. So according to this, the electronic configuration will be K, L, M and N. It will be 2, 8 and 7. That means in the outermost shell, now chlorine do not have this N shell because there are only 7 electrons in the outermost shell, so no filling will be done in the N shell. So in the M shell, so M here is the outermost shell or the valence shell for the chlorine. This is the nucleus, first shell, second shell and third shell. So the first shell has 2 electrons, it is K shell. Then the second shell has 8 electrons here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, which is L shell. And then the M shell has 7 electrons in the outermost shell. So we can also say that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. That means the M shell of the chlorine has 7 electrons in the outermost shell. So now the valency of chlorine is not 7, because if you think that the number of electrons in the valence shell is the valency, no, that is not the thing. Though it has 7 electrons in its outermost shell, but it needs to have at least 8 electrons to complete its octet structure. So to have 8 electrons, chlorine will accept the electron from any other atom. Like it will take the electron from sodium. Okay, so like this is a sodium atom which is having valency 1, so it has 1 electron here. And this is chlorine which is having 7 electrons. So these dots are the electrons which I am explaining. Okay, so this is a sodium 1 electron and this is a chlorine having 7 electrons. So now sodium will react with chlorine Cl which is having 7 electrons. Okay, so here will be the transfer electron and it will become sodium ion plus chlorine ion. So chlorine will now have 8 electrons. This is also called as electron dot structure which I am making. So chlorine has 1 electron. So now this plus and minus charge is because of the formation of ion. So sodium will become a cation and this will become an anion, because I have explained you what are cations and anions when we have studied the about the atoms in the third chapter. So this is a positive ion and negative ion. So because chlorine accepted the electron, so it has got the negative ion. Why it has got a negative ion, I will explain you here. So now since we are reading this, so chlorine will have one electron and it will complete its octet structure. Okay, so now what is the story behind this negative ion and positive ion? Like sodium, example, sodium is having 11 proton, 11 proton. That means it has 11 positive charge and it will have 11 electrons. That means it has 11 negative charge. Okay. And here chlorine has 17 protons. That means it has again same number of 17 electrons. So 17 positive and 17 negative charge. Balance. That is why an atom is electrically neutral. Now when sodium will, it will give its one electron to some other atom and it will form sodium ion. So now why it has got a plus charge? Because when it will donate its one electron, so 11 minus 1 equals to 10. So now the number of negative charge is 10 and number of positive charge is 11. So that means 11 is more than 10. So it will have more positive charge than negative charge. That is why here the symbol is positive, which is called as cation. Okay, and for this proton, it was having 17 positive charge and it was having 17 negative charge, but 17 is what 1 is added into this, which was negative. So now it has become 18 negative charge. So more the negative charge it is having, so the symbol will be Cl minus. That means it is a negative charge ion, which is called as anion. Okay, so now this is the story behind this positive and negative charge, because the elements or the atoms which donate the electron will have a positive charge. The number they will donate the electrons, like if magnesium, here magnesium, so the magnesium is having the atomic number of 12 and the configuration will be K, L, M and N will be 2, 8 and 2. Okay, so according to this, it has 2 electrons in its outermost shell. So the structure will be like this: nucleus, first shell, second shell and third shell. So first shell has 2 electrons, K, and L will have 8 electrons, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and the last shell will have 2 electrons. Okay, so here, because since we have done this, so the valency of chlorine is 1, because chlorine is reacting with only 1 electron, so it only needs 1 electron. So that is why the valency is the combining capacity. With 1 electron it combines with sodium, so the valency of chlorine is also 1, but it is minus 1 because it needs 1 electron. So here, as we know that it has got the positive ion, so if magnesium will donate its 2 electrons, so magnesium will be having 12 proton and 12 electron. So if it donates its 2 electrons, so it will have only 10 positive charge. Negative charge actually, and the positive charge will remain same. So more positive charge, that means 2 plus. So the magnesium will have an positive ion but 2 plus ion. So in the case of magnesium, it is combining with 2 electrons. So this is the combining capacity of a magnesium. But in the case of other elements, like we talk about oxygen. Okay, oxygen. So oxygen has atomic number 8 and symbol is O. So according to this, the configuration is 2 and 6. So the structure will be this nucleus, first shell and second shell. So only 2 shells will be there, 2 electrons in the first shell and 6 electrons in the outermost shell. So the valence shell has 6 electrons, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so this is the K shell and this is the L shell. So now oxygen needs 2 electrons to complete its octet structure. So it is having 8 positive charge and 8 negative charge. But when it will gain 8 electrons, so it will have 10 negative charge and only 8 positive charge. So it will have oxygen ion will be 2 negative ion. This is the anion, oxygen anion. Okay, so this is now oxygen is a diatomic gas, so obviously it has to be O2. So this is now oxygen's valency is not 6, but the valency of oxygen is 2 because oxygen is combining with 2 electrons. So the number of electrons for an atom to which it combines is the valency of that atom. So the valency of oxygen is 2, not 6. In the valence shell, the number of electrons, if it is in metal, so it will donate the electron, like aluminium will donate, lithium will donate, potassium will donate, but other elements like sulfur, chlorine, fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen, they will gain electron. So nitrogen here, example, nitrogen. So the symbol of nitrogen is N and the atomic number is 7. So the structure will be 2 and 5. So 5 is not the valency of a nitrogen, but its valency is 3 because it needs 3 electrons to complete its octet structure. It has 5 electrons, so it needs 8 electrons. Okay, so 3 is the combining capacity of a nitrogen, so the valency will be 3. Now that has been given in your NCERT book. You have to go through your book and you have to learn these. These are the structures which are given here. So all the structures, atomic structure of the atoms from hydrogen, beginning from the hydrogen till the argon. Okay, so you have to learn till argon. You have also to learn 2 more atoms, which is phosphorus, sorry, potassium and calcium. So potassium symbol K, and the atomic number is 19. Okay, and calcium has atomic this symbol Ca, capital C and small a, and 20. And the structure will be like this: nucleus, first shell, second shell. So 2 electrons in first shells, and then 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and then now next shell, because the configuration will be 2 8 8 and 1. And for calcium the configuration will be 2 8 8 and 2. That means it will be having 4 shells. That means K, L, M and N shell, and in the first shell it's K shell, L, M. So it will be 8 electrons in the M shell as well, and in the N shell it will be 2 electrons. Okay, so this is not in the books. You have to do by your own, or you can ask. I have explained you this, and by this help you can also make for potassium and for calcium. But keep in mind that this electron will be in the fourth shell. So this is the table which is given in your NCERT book. You have to learn this table thoroughly. Especially you have to learn the symbols of these elements, and you have to learn the sequence in which it is given, because the sequence is according to the atomic number in the increasing order. It will help you a lot if you learn in the sequence. And then here are number of protons, number of neutrons, because I've told you that in an atom the number of protons and electrons remain same, but number of neutrons can vary. And if the ion is formed from the atom, the electrons can vary from proton, either it can be more or less. And this is the electronic distribution or configuration. This is also you have to learn, and this is the valency. So you have to learn the whole table. Okay, and for the homework also you have to draw the table in your fair notebooks. So this is the important part of the chapter which you have to learn, and many questions are asked for this. And now after this we have been left with only 2 topics. So we'll be covering in our next lecture video, and by in that video our homework will be syllabus will be completed. So these are the configurations and structures actually which you have to learn and practice. So do practice these structures. They are important. Okay, so I think now you have understood the topic. So please go through the topic and do the question which will be given you as in homework. Okay, take care and thank you.